Hi guys, welcome to another exciting video on Praise TV. I stumbled into a lovely video during the weekend which I know is going to educate our parents out there. It's a fact and real deal of parenting. Our kids are glued into our phones, laptop, iPad, always at home. That's why we actually take this ability to make sure our kids out there are into sports. Kindly watch this video so you will be blessed. Thank you.
There are three greatest stimulators of the brain. When I say stimulators, some of you will realize you must have. Thank you so much, sir. The best way to understand is a disease called ADHD. How many of you have heard that disease before? Or that condition before in children? Is called attentive ADHD. Those children that cannot stay still, they can't stay one place, they are always active, moving around. The way they treat them is that they give them stimulants. Somebody that is already moving, and you are giving him stimulant, and stimulant addresses the condition. They have discovered that the greatest stimulator, what makes that child to be hyperactive, the greatest thing that does that to the brain, are these three things in front of you. If an iPad is in front of a child, if a phone is in front of a child, if it's inside here glued to this or with this, and all of us with our phone, the greatest stimulators are these three devices. What it does to the brain is what I want to show you right now, and that is the real deal why our children behave the way they behave. Some of us have been flogging them, screaming on them, shouting, threatening, just to parent them. This is the definition of parenting and the purpose of parenting by God. If you as a parent, for you to communicate with your children, you have to scream, you have to shout, you have to slap, you have to threaten for them to obey you, then you have failed in parenting. Because the purpose of parenting is that you should be able to communicate with them without shouting, without screaming, without threatening, and they obey you. How do we achieve that? If you don't understand the workings of this brain, ladies and gentlemen, it's a difficult thing to do. Watch this. Punch the front. Watch this. That's the front of the brain. Watch it. It's called the frontal lobe. The front of the brain is so serious. Punch the second one. Look at it. That is the back of the brain. Another name for it is the limbic center. Let me ask you the question. If you're asked to make a choice between the front of the brain and the back of the brain, which one do you think will be a better place to choose? The front of the brain or the back? Which one do you think should be a better one? Which one will you choose? The front of your brain or the back of your brain? Ladies and gentlemen, you choose the back. The back is where Ogopin. Do you know Ogopin? The back is never interesting, but the front looks very nice, right? Now, the front of the brain and the back of the brain in children 0 to 19 and adults, they are not the same. If you're a child 0 to 19, this is the way your brain works. Your brain grows from the back to the front. I will show you. Just watch me. If you're an adult, your brain grows from the front to the back. Watch what phone, iPad, laptop has done to the brain, despite these things that are there. Punch number one. Let's start from the back of the brain. The back of the brain is the part of the brain that controls pleasure. That is why when children start playing, anything you are doing that is not pleasurable, you can't get them. Why? Pleasure is at the back of the brain. When you are 6, when you are 9, when you are 12, when you are 17, it is so much developed. Pleasure is at the back. Even when you are serious as a father, because the back of the brain at that time is seriously developed. Number 2, watch. Play is at the back. Anything that play is not attached to, they can't learn. They only learn when playing is involved. That is why when children start playing, there is no stop in their dictionary. The moment anything captures their attention and they start playing with it, it will be till kingdom come. They can't stop. Why? the playing center is seriously developed at the back. And father and mother, you and I know very well that playing, we don't like it. We like to be serious. But yeah, the playing is so developed. Number 3, watch this. This one is very strong. Watch this. The back of the brain is where pizza, food. When you are eating a food and it's very interesting, where do you touch? Tell me when the food, where do you touch? If you see somebody eating and the food is very strong and he's touching the front of you, see that a demon or something is wrong. It's the back. Next, sleep and unseriousness. Give them assignment, they are not interested. They sleep by 12 midnight and they wake up by 9. You are the one that wake them up before they can get up from bed. Because sleepiness, a child that sleeps for 8 hours, if 8 hours of sleep is allowed in a child, by the time that child is in SS3, he has slept away all the years that he's going to use to be in the university. I'm taking somewhere. Next, PlayStation. You see this? Nothing stimulates the brain like it. When they're on this, it's like they are eating the best of their food. So who knows what I'm talking about? Who knows what I'm talking about? When they are doing that, it is the back of the brain that is controlling those activities. And watch what is going to happen next. Watch this. Reward system. You can really make them do anything if you can make use of this part of the brain. Every child thrives with reward. If you want to get them, reward them. You can get teenagers, young people to do anything if you can reward them. Me, I want Mr. Biggs. Look at the dining table. You go to the dining table and give me 1 hour of intensive sitting down to read. When you read for 1 hour, then we go to Mr. Biggs. Can we go down and play that place? No problem. You can make them to pray with just one sweet. Young people, if you pray for 10 minutes, one sweet, you will come and sit on. Daddy, can I have the sweet? And children, anything they are doing in playing, the angel captures it. Even when they are done with the playing, the angels brings it to become a reality. Something happened in Lagos. One girl in the teenage church, as I was ministering, she said, I told them that how many of them want to speak in tongues? They said that, and I told them, anything I do, just start copying it. This is 16-year-old girl. Anything I do, copy it. And I started raga, and the girl started copying raga. I said, as she was copying. All of a sudden, she couldn't copy again. She now something that came upon her. She saw angels. Angels were coming to the hall. She was screaming. The whole place went to another place. That is children for you. Next, sex. Let's leave that. The greatest stimulator of the back. That is why the moment you give them this, without them knowing it, they know where to get that one. Why? The back of the brain is developed. But look at where the problem lies. The front of the brain. Look at the front of the brain. The front of the brain is the part that controls planning. That is why teenagers can plan. It has been discovered that when they are stimulated, when they stay for 2 hours on this, it stimulates the brain to the point that the attention span goes to 0. What is attention span? Ability to be able to keep and focus on one event. When you watch or you do anything here for 1 hour, your stimulating effect is so high that your attention goes to 0. Number 2, your planning is destroyed. And thirdly, the one that makes me want to cry, the ability to capture ideas is destroyed. And they said, for the brain to come back to normalcy after 1 hour of stimulation with this, it needs 8 hours to come back to normal. So imagine the child that is on it for 5 hours, 6 hours, and at night, that is why as they're coming back from school, the first thing that, where's my phone, where's my iPad, they're going, because it's stimulated. They are like somebody that is taking cigar, Igbo. What does those things do? The moment the back is activated, look at the front. Ability to plan is destroyed. Number 2, watch. Ability to learn, the learning center is affected. So you talk. How many times have you corrected your child over a particular, and you are still correcting? Let me give you a heads up. You will keep correcting until you die. Why? As long as the back is stimulated, the front is in jeopardy. Number 3, watch this. What did you see there? What did you see there? Rational thinking, ability to know that mommy said this is not right, daddy said this is not right, ability to remember this is not right. It's not there. Number 4, watch this. Hey, this is one. Attention is the price you pay for retention. So when you don't have attention as a child, as a young person, you can't retain anything. Ability to retain is gone. That is why they keep feeding on those things that make them to go high, so that the attention keeps on going out. This is where the Americans and the Canadians, they discovered that these stimulators has damaged the back of the brain of their children, so they prefer a different way of education. Their education is not the same thing with ours. My daughter was in SS2 in Nigeria when I relocated to Canada. She was 11 years. She was in SS2. When we got to Canada, they took all she learned in Nigeria and feed it up into their system, and all she learned came to be primary 6. So they put her from SS2 to grade 6, primary 6. So she started from primary 6 to continue. She's 19 now and in the university. All she learned, because our education is more of memory. We cram, we memorize. But their own education is not like that. They don't cram, they don't memorize. They have shifted their education from cramming and memorizing to another form. Why? Just to bypass ability to memorize, because they know that the back of the brain is problem. So they can't learn with memorizing. Hands on. So my 9-year-old boy knows plant cell and animal cell. Came back from work, said, Daddy, do you know what the Golgi body's apparatus? Do you know what is mitochondria at 9 years? 19 years, SS3, I don't know him. I don't know him. Why? Because she made the plant cell by himself, put the labelings by himself, by his hands on. Everything is hands on. Medicine is hands on. So that's how they have navigated the back. But here, we have not come to that point, and now they are shifting these things into us. That is why you see gay entering primary school, you see Curtis entering. This is the place he comes from. They push them. There are some parents, they think that affluence means children should have everything they have. Go and learn from Job that affluence doesn't mean you lose your children. If you have affluence, do what Job usually do. Job was making sacrifices for them, for all the things they do on the iPad and all the things, so that you don't affect them. That takes work to do. Punch. This is the one motivation. Some children right now have WAEC in the next 2 weeks. You can't see any seriousness in them. Go to universities. These are university students. They are just gallivanting.